Hey guys, for those of you who don't know me, my name is 𝐒𝐫𝐫𝐿𝐼 and I'm a real estate broker here in Ottawa. And every week I make a video to help buyers, sellers, and fellow realtors help navigate this crazy market. And I always ask about any question you guys have, please put it in the comments below so I can make a video about it in the future. And if you're watching this on YouTube and you haven't done it yet, hit the subscribe button and make sure you're notified of all our coming videos. So in today's market, there's a few very common mistakes that I see sellers make, and I think a lot of it has to do with believing that we're in such a hot market that anything sells. Where that might have been true back in the spring, we are seeing quite a few homes sit on the market or often not sell at all. To help illustrate this point, let's take a look at what's happened in the market just in the last 7 days. If you take a look, you'll notice that while we had 525 new listings and 489 sales, we also had 160 price decreases and 150 cancellations. Don't get me wrong, we're still in a very hot seller's market with very low inventory. But there's a few things that you can do to help your home sell fast and for top dollar. Stay tuned and I'll give you 9 tips on how to do so. Step number 1 is knowing why you're selling and keeping it to yourself. The reason why you're selling can affect everything from deciding what price is set it at and how much time or money you're going to spend in getting your home ready for sale. Different goals dictate different strategies. However, never reveal your true motivation to anybody because this could be used against you on the negotiation table. When asked, simply say that your housing needs have changed. Setting a price too high in this market can often be a lot more dangerous than setting a price too low. Remember that buyers are going to be looking at many different homes before deciding. You want to make sure that yours stands out. If you set a price too high and you sit on the market, new buyers coming in are going to think, what's wrong with the house? Step number 3 is actually do more homework. In fact, your agent should actually do this for you. Not only should you look at what is sold in the last 6 months, but you should look at what's currently on the market because that is going to be your main competition. And that's certainly how prospective buyers are going to evaluate your home. Step number 4 is finding a good realtor who actually represents your needs. Like people, not all realtors are the same. And studies show that actually almost 75% of homeowners would not go back to use the same agent that they used to sell their home. This level of dissatisfaction is hugely alarming and boils down to a few different things. The main things being poor communication, overpromising, underdelivering, and overall lack of professionalism. Number 5 is going to be maximizing your home's potential in the eyes of the buyer. Every year, marketing companies spend billions of dollars on products and packaging, and it would be foolish not to consider this when selling your home. While certain things about your home you're not going to be able to change, like the location or the floor plan layout, you can definitely spend some time to make sure that the buyer's experience there gives them the wow factor. Make sure you declutter the house completely and scrub it from top to bottom. Buying a house is an emotional experience, and you want to create a homely feel for any prospective buyers. First impressions are everything, and buyers need to love the house as soon as they walk up right from the street. Step number 6 is to make it as easy as possible for prospective buyers to get information about your home. You may be surprised to know that traditional methods of selling your home, like open houses, is not actually what gets your home sold. Less than 1% of homes are actually sold at the open house. Prospective buyers are going to want to know as much as possible about the home, not what's just listed on the MLS page online. You're going to want to include feature sheets and attachments giving as much information about the property as you can to the buyers. You have to make sure you choose an agent who's going to pick up the phone and help answer any questions that buyers have. A good indicator of this is, does the agent pick up the phone when you call? And I don't know if I'm allowed or supposed to be saying something like this, but it's one of my biggest pet peeves about purple bricks. Whenever my buyers have a question about the property, there's no one that I can call to ask the information. I have to send the company an email and hope that I get a response in the next couple days. Step number 7 is going to be to know your buyer. Just like your buyers are trying to find out everything that they can about your home, you need to try and find out everything you can about the buyer. Find out what the buyer's motivation is. When it comes to the sale price of the home, a lot of it's going to depend is what's discussed on the negotiation table. Just like I said, to keep your motivations to yourself, you want to find out as much as you can about the buyer's motivations so you can use that to your advantage when negotiating the best deal for you. Step number 8 is going to be making sure the contract gets completed. Smart sellers know to disclose everything they can about the property to potential buyers. When we're dealing with a conditional offer and home inspection, they're going to find out anyway and cancel the deal if you're hiding something. And if you're dealing with a firm offer and they don't do home inspection, they can still find out after closing, giving you some legal trouble. Another thing to consider when dealing with a contract that is firm, meaning no conditions, is making sure that the buyer is financially capable to purchase the property. It's becoming more and more common where buyers are making firm offers without a finance condition, only to find out on closing day that they're unable to buy the property, causing a lot of headaches for the seller. As you can imagine, if you've sold your home and already bought another, and then to come to find out that the buyer of your home can't close on the property, this can cause a lot of headaches and cost you a lot of money out of your pocket. Finally, we're going to come to step number 9, and that is going to be don't move out until you sell your home. Studies have shown that it's more difficult to sell a vacant home because the property may seem forgotten or just unappealing to the buyer. Like we said before, this is an emotional experience for the buyer and it needs to feel like a home. As well, if the property is already vacant, the buyer knows that you need to sell the home and they're going to use that against you on the negotiation table. Alright guys, I hope you found these tips helpful. But obviously, there's a lot more that goes into selling a home. So any questions that you guys have, you can always call me directly or put it in the comments below. I'll make sure I make a video about it in the future. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next week.